Now let's take a look at some specific examples of how you can use metaphors and similes in your IELTS speaking exam, in your IELTS writing, and also in general life. So I have here some pretty standard, pretty basic IELTS Part 1 speaking questions. Do you like your job? Is that a popular job in your country? Why did you choose to study that? Do you like that subject? What is your hometown like? How could your hometown be improved? And I've chosen some very different ways or things to compare these subjects to. So for example, liking your job, I'm going to compare it to a cold drink. Popularity, I'm going to compare to sport, which would probably be quite an easy thing for you guys to do as well. Choosing to study that, I'm going to compare to a family member. It could be your father, your mother, your uncle. Liking a subject of study, I'm going to compare it to travel. My hometown, I'm going to compare to rain clouds. And how to improve my hometown, I'm going to compare it to music. Yeah, using metaphor and simile. Now, this is not rehearsed, so this will not go perfectly. Okay, so bear with me. One of the things that you guys do need to do if you want to use metaphor and simile is rehearse. Okay, these are some pretty standard questions that you can pretty much guarantee that you will have to talk about in the IELTS exam. You will have to talk about your work, you will have to talk about your studies, depending on whether you're doing the academic or the general exam. You're probably going to have to talk about your home life in some way. So these are things that you can definitely sort of practice thinking about how you would use metaphor and simile. So, like I said, this is not rehearsed. It might not go perfectly straight away, but let's give it a go. So, do you like your job and a cold drink? So, my idea straight away is comparing liking my job to the feeling that you get on a really hot summer's day when you're thirsty and somebody gives you a nice cold glass, perhaps of water or beer, whatever you like to drink, and that first sort of taste of the liquid, the nice cold liquid, on a really hot summer's day, that feeling that you have. So, do you like your job? Yes, I absolutely love my job. It's a taste of, it's like, blah, blah, blah. Let me start again. Like I said, it's not rehearsed. So, do you like your job? Yes, I love my job. I love my job so much. My job is my life. I live for work, and every day when I arrive at work, it's refreshing like a cold glass of beer. Yeah? So refreshing like a cold glass of beer. Okay, is that a popular job in your country? And I'm going to compare it to sport. So I'm going to say no in this case. Actually, no. The work I do is not very popular. There are lots of people who probably do or train to do this job, but it's not the most popular job to do in my country. It's a bit like sport. You know, everybody watches the soccer or the football on television, but not many people watch rugby. I think my job is like rugby. Yeah? Great metaphor there, I think. Okay, why did you choose to study that? Okay, comparing why you chose something to a family member. Why did I choose to study that, whatever that subject is? This one's very simple. Because I wanted to be just like my father. Because I wanted to be just like my father. Do you like the subject? Okay, travel. Absolutely, I love studying history, geography, whatever. Because it allows me to travel the world or travel the universe without leaving my home. Very metaphoric. Okay, what is your hometown like? Okay, now I originally come from a town called Manchester, which is in the north of the UK, and it's very easy to compare where I come from to rain clouds. What is Manchester like? What is my hometown like? Well, my hometown is dull and grey, and you know, it's very much a rain cloud. Okay, my hometown is very much a rain cloud. What do rain clouds mean to you guys? Rain clouds mean dark, dull, depressing, boring perhaps. Yeah? How could your hometown be improved? And I can compare improving something to music. So how could your hometown be improved? Well, I think my hometown needs livening up with a little bit of jazz pizzazz. Okay, a little bit of jazz pizzazz. I use a little bit of rhyming slang there as well. But jazz music is very, very lively and it has that sort of beat to it. Whereas I'm saying my hometown could be improved with a little bit of jazz, a little bit of liveliness. Okay. Now, this was not rehearsed, so you see me just sort of, doing this as we go along. My answers, the answers I've given you, the way I've used this metaphor, these are just examples for you guys. These are not complete answers to any question in the IELTS exam, okay? These are just examples of perhaps one sentence that you could add into your answer to give the answer more interest, to create more interest, more life, more colour, okay? So, we have spoken about work, study and home so far, but we're not finished yet. We're going to continue with people and places and experiences, okay?